Microphone in the eye. They're giving him the rookie lap too. It's not the asshole I'm going to keep it. You want me to keep it that close? Really? What about plays up along the wall here? Yeah, you know what? Let's do it.
Yeah. So, don't worry about the stuff that's in between here. We don't have. If you're going to be running this too,
Yeah.
without any shot.
Hello.
I don't know how to do that.
It's too easy.
I thought this game was much later.
Hello everyone back at home. Welcome to the semifinals live stream for the Tecumseh Vista Vortex, who are going up against the Belle River Nobles on the rock rink. The Vortex having a pretty good day for themselves so far. 2 wins this morning that got them to this point where they face off against Belle River once again, who they had lost to yesterday, 6-2. Now, Belle River is the only team that they have lost to so far in this tournament. So this is definitely a well-anticipated rematch between the two. Puck drop coming up shortly. Starting in net today for the Vista Vortex will be number 1, Nicholas Ellsworth. Back on the blue line will be number 23, Alexander Lisi, and number 19, Arian Glover. Up at forward, at center, will be number 16, Ryan Kochuk. And at the wing, number 11, Colton Deemer, and number 14, Michael Seifert. Taking place for Gavin Deemer, as Gavin Deemer has to attend to a baseball practice. Face-off is won by Belle River. Take D-to-D pass back in the zone. Good play by Belle River to dump it into the Vortex zone, but the first one to it will be Glover. Fighting down below for it. Deemer gets a good pick on it, putting it up the boards for Kochuk. It's just a little too far out in front. Belle River able to keep that puck in the zone. Picked up by Deemer. Deemer trying to clear it, but it gets back in. Pinned up against the wall by Glover. Stuck in between a lot of feet. Going towards the net. Shot, glove saved by Ellsworth. Down low, Lisi picks off that pass, trying to make a nice move, cut out wide. Seif tries to break up the pass, shot out in front. misses the net. Deemer gives that puck down for Glover. Glover taking off on the left side, skating it up the wall. Gives it up the middle for Kochuk. Nothing there for him. Giving up the wall. Nice move broken up by Lisi. Lisi trying to make a couple of nice moves, and he still retains possession of that puck, and he'll look to take off on the right side. Taking his time, it'll try to cut it out to the middle. Makes a nice move. It'll lose the puck, takes it right back. Another nice move. Stays, keeps that puck in the zone. He'll circle with it, cutting it up front. Shot on net, hits the crossbar. Kavanaugh tries to get a stick on that puck, but Belle River clears it, sends it down the other way. Kavanaugh seems like he wants a call, doesn't get it. Circling with it now is Mariani. Mariani gets pinned up against the wall, and Belle River forces the turnover. Stick handling with it, they drop it down below the circle. Giving it up to the point, Belargeon picks off that pass. Belargeon looking to throw it out front, will take it out behind the net. Still with the possession of the puck, throws it out front, nobody there to pick it off. Kavanaugh trying to throw that pass out front, giving it down low for Lev. Lev will lose it along the wall. It is taken back by Kavanaugh. Shot attempt from Lev, but it gets poked away. Lev gets knocked down, nothing called. Kavanaugh throws it out front, up top to the blue line. Mariani's shot is blocked. And they have an opportunity skating the other way. Nice poke check by Mariani, breaks up an opportunity, and it's knocked into the Vortex zone. Picked up by Birney, behind the net. He'll give it up to the blue line for Lev, but Lev misses the pass. Given back to the Nobles. The Nobles put it up to the blue line. Nobody there to pick it up. Birney will be the first to it again. Here around, he'll fire it along the wall. Giving it up the boards, but the Nobles will take it back, drop it back into their own zone behind the blue line. Take their time with it just above the circle. They'll put it up to the center of the ice. Back over to the left side, trying to make a play happen. Deemer breaks that up, throws it out of the zone, but Belle River gets it in. Thrown down below the net, Birney picks that puck up. Tries to throw it towards the wall for somebody, nobody there to pick it up. Kochuk going for the pinch along the wall, but it makes it past him. Down in the corner, Belle River pinching it along the wall with Mariani and Deemer coming in to help. Kochuk gets that pick, puts it up the boards for himself. Seath gets a nice in between the legs pass, and Kochuk goes flying down the left side. Takes it out wide, cutting it up the middle. Wraparound attempt, doesn't get it. Just loses it off his stick. And it gets sent down the air over towards the Vortex zone. Icing is waved off. Nice move by Zagamba, but a little too hard of a stop as he takes a tumble. Kochuk picks up that puck. Give it over to Deemer. Deemer back over to Kochuk. Kochuk with another lane to skate. Shot, glove saved by the Nobles. What a hard shot that was. Good shift there for the Vortex. They'll make a line change. Lisi comes back on with that Glover line. And on forward, Kavanaugh will be taking the face-off with Lev and Belargeon. Face-off won by the Nobles, put down into the corner. Trying to throw it up to the blue line. Lisi throws that puck towards net. Pad save. Coming in to get a rebound is Glover. Kavanaugh takes back possession of that puck. He'll give it up to center ice for Lev. Lev gets it over to Belargeon. Belargeon makes a nice move, gets hit, and he gets the ball, while knocking the guy down in the process. And the Nobles will head to the box on a 2-minute body checking penalty. What a good play by Belargeon, who has been doing amazing at drawing these penalties throughout the entire tournament. He's got about 4 on him. And the Vortex will have a 2-minute power play. Down in their zone, Kochuk, Deemer, and Kavanaugh will be the forward line, with Glover and Lisi on defense. But throwing Kavanaugh back on defense, giving up top, Deemer. Deemer will drop it back down for Lisi. Lisi will walk it in. Shot, scores! Alexander Lisi makes that double digits throughout the tournament. And the Vista Vortex take a 1-0 lead. He does it with ease. He does it with ease. And not even 15 seconds into that power play, Lisi walks the puck in, finds the crossbar, and the Vortex are up 1-0. Tied up at the face-offs, taken by Belle River. Immediately snagged by Lisi, who dumps it into the Belle River zone. DDD pass, puts it up to the center ice. trying to get a stick on it is Lisi. He does. Glover will find it. He'll put it up the boards for Lev. Lev trying to get it over to Kavanaugh. But Belle River gets the puck and finds it back into the zone. Ellsworth coming out of his net to play it. Doesn't realize there's a goalie, there's a player there. Lisi picks it up, makes a nice move, and he's got a bit of room to skate. He'll give it over to Belargeron. Belargeron tries to make a nice move, loses it. And it's up to center ice and a break for Belle River. Trying to throw it towards the net. Glove saved by Ellsworth. Almost a bad break for the Vortex, but a lucky bounce out front and good defense from Glover. Puts a stop to it real quick. And they'll have that face off to the left of Ellsworth's net, with Kaduri coming on to take that face off. On for the first time tonight is that Kaduri, Brooks, and Liam Lawler line. Shot deflected, taken by Will Brooks. Will Brooks gives it over to Kaduri at center ice. Kaduri skating it out left, loses the puck on his stick, gives it out to Brooks out front, hits off a couple of bodies. Thrown out front again, Kaduri with a shot opportunity. Thrown it towards the net, kicked away. Picked back up by Belle River, thrown up to the blue line. Mariani tries to keep that puck in. He gets a hold of it, but it comes out. Skating around with it. Kaduri picks it back up. He's got some room to take it up himself. Taking it out left, finding him wide space. Taking his time with it as well. He'll try to throw it out front. Nobody there to get it. And Belle River will come flying down the left side. Mariani gets a good hand on it. And he gets across ice over to Brooks. Brooks with a shot towards the net, goes wide. Down in the corner, Belle River gets the clear. Given a lot of time. Onto the ice comes Michael Seifert and Colton Deemer. Kochuk on the ice now as well. Bierny trying to get rid of that puck. He'll throw it up the boards, blocked by the referee. Deemer will find it again. Gets knocked down in the process, but he'll throw it back towards Bierny. Bierny gets that puck over to Seifert. Seifert throws that puck up the boards for Kochuk. Kochuk with it makes a nice stop. Shot towards the net, blocker save. Good heads-up play there. But a great no-look shot from Kochuk as he actually hit the net. You know, very little people that can do that. Deemer almost gets a pick out. Belle River remains possession of that puck. Good knock away by Lisi. A good pinch again, but Belle River takes back possession, puts it out front, shot, they score. Belle River strikes back. And they bring this back to even after a collapsed defense on the Vortex. And this game, just like that, is back to zeros. Face off at center ice with Kavanaugh taking it. Tied up, and Belle River wins that. Gives it up to the right wall. Skating up towards it. They throw it into the Vortex zone. Glover will be the first to it. Making a nice stop along the wall. Trying to get it up to Belargeron or Kavanaugh. Puck is still tied up along the boards. Belle River comes out with it. Trying to throw it down towards the net, but it hits off the skate of Kavanaugh, comes out. Belle River fires it down in the zone. Lisi will pick it up. Lisi's got a little bit of room. He'll look around and make a couple of moves with it. Trying to get a pick on it. He gets hooked, doesn't get the call. Skating around on the right side, looking for some room. Lisi forces the turnover, and it gets cleared out of the Vortex zone. Skating around with it, they take a circle. Give it over to the right side. Lisi trying to get a pick on it. But good defense by the Vortex. Picks that puck back up. Glover finds it. He'll try to put it up the wall, but he loses it. Trying to put it out front. Kavanaugh gets a stick on it. Kavanaugh throws a body. Puck is put out front for Lev. Lev has Lisi with him. But Lev will look to take it himself. Makes a nice move. Out in front. Takes the tumble. But a nice move by Lev. Kavanaugh fires a shot towards the net. Goes out wide. Lisi finds that puck. Taking his time with it. He's trying to make a nice move. Tries to keep it in. But the Belle River Nobles get it clear. And it fires down to the Vortex zone. Zagamba back there to pick it up. Giving it up the boards for Kavanaugh. Kavanaugh gets it back up towards Deemer. Deemer makes a nice move. Trying to cut up the middle of the ice. Kochuk will pick it up. Looking for some room to skate. Taking it out left. Loses the puck. Zagamba gives it back down for Kochuk, but Kochuk takes a detour. Back up the boards, down in the Belle River zone. They circle with it in their own territory. They take it up the left wall. Nice bounce off the boards. Power racing over there. Zagamba gets there first. Still pinned along the wall. Puck out in front. Picked up by Kochuk. Kochuk gets a stick lift, loses it. And it's thrown down to the Vortex zone. Power will pick it up, try to pin it along the wall. Thrown out in front. Nobody there to pick it up. Gaduri finds that puck. Makes a couple of nice moves, but Belle River forces that turnover, picks it up. Zagamba gets the puck over towards Kochuk, but Kochuk just a little far out. Puck up against the wall, circling with it. Giving it over to Power. Power trying to get that pass over to Kochuk, but it hits off the stick of the Belle River player. Power over to Zagamba. Zagamba back up to Deemer. Deemer gives it over to Kochuk. Kochuk trying to get out wide. Couple of nice moves there. Still with that puck down below. Cuts out front, looking for an opportunity. Tries to dish it towards the net. Power with a shot, soars it over the net. Zagamba trying to keep that puck in. Kochuk back on defense, and he'll be the one to pick it up. Skating around in his zone, he makes a nice move. He's got some room to skate it in himself. Taking it out front. Nobody there to get that shot opportunity. Getting it down, they give it over to the left side for a wide open lane, taking it out wide, knocked over in the process, nothing called. Deemer gets knocked down. Mariani tries to get it over to Lawler, who almost had a repeat of a goal he had earlier this morning where he was all wide open out in front. Great pass from, forget who it was, but he comes down and scores the goal. So onto the ice will come that Kavanaugh line with Brooks and Lawler. It looks like they might be rotating centers. Brooks breaks up an opportunity there. Kavanaugh finds that puck. Gets it up the middle for Lawler. Lawler loses it in between his feet. They get up to the middle of the ice, and Lisi might have a little bit of time with it. Lisi will look to turn it up himself. He gets poked in the process. Glover trying to get it up for Lisi. Lawler finds it, gets it over to Brooks. Brooks will skate it in himself, try to throw it towards the net, but a glove save by the Nobles puts that to an end. You get that puck over to Lisi, find him some open space. That should be the goal for this Vortex team when they have him on the ice. Use him to your advantage. Face-off will be to the right side of the Nobles goaltender with Kochuk line coming on to take the face-off. Face-off is tied up, not won. Deemer gets the puck off the face. Stick hang with it, makes a nice move. Another nice move out towards the front of the net. Kochuk finds it, shot, up in the air. Steve scores! Michael Seifert gets a goal in the first game of the tournament. And the Vortex are back up and a 2-1 lead. What an opportunity there. A great move by Deemer. Gets it out in front of the net, feeds it back for Kochuk. Kochuk fires it towards the net, flies up, gives Seifert the opportunity to bury it. Face off at center ice, tied up at 1 by Belle River. Diving over to the right side on the blue line. Putting it up the boards. Nice catch on the pass. Taking it out to the center of the ice. Giving up front. Shot blocked by Glover. Circling with it, giving it back out front, heads off the stick to Kochuk. Kochuk gets a stick lift, and he's got some room to skate. Giving it back out to Seif. Seif cuts it out left, throws it towards the net, knocked down to the corner. Seifert gives a good pressure and forces turnover, almost. Deemer trying to pick that puck up. Doesn't get it. Lisi takes the glove off mid-play to scratch his eye. And the Nobles will skate back in their own zone, regroup, taking it in, cutting out at the middle. Nice poke away by Lisi. Lisi picks it up, makes a nice move, and he's got some room to skate. Here he goes. Lisi loses the puck in the process, but he keeps the possession of it. Trying to throw it out front. Kochuk had an opportunity. Throwing it out front again for Lisi. Lisi still with it, taking it around the top of the circle. Gives it over to Deemer. Deemer giving it cross ice over to Glover. Glover throws it towards the net. Trying to get it to Deemer. Deemer still with the opportunity. It's there. Throwing it towards the net. Kochuk finds it, loses it in his feet. And the Nobles get a clear. And that will get called for icing, bringing it down to the other zone. Face-off is tied up in the left side of the Nobles net, won by Gaduri. Gaduri taking his time with it. Throws it out in front for Kavanaugh, but Belarjon will pick it up. Trying to throw it up top for Bierney, but the Nobles take back possession. Dumping it into the Vortex corner. Bierney forced to turn around. Will be the first of that puck behind the net. He'll throw it to the other side for Kavanaugh. Kavanaugh trying to throw it up for Gaduri. Gaduri tries to get the clear, but a good stick by the Nobles keeps it in. Back up the hash is given to the blue line. Drop down below to the corner. Taking their time with it. Bierney giving good defensive pressure. They take it behind the net, throw it out front. Still there, but it's getting knocked to the corner. Mariani knocks it off the boards. Down below, Bierney gives a good defensive play. Kavanaugh trying to poke it away. It's given up to Kavanaugh at the blue line. Attempted pinch, but it's kept in again. Good effort from these Nobles. So they still circle with it, throwing it out front. Stick lift by Kavanaugh stops that from being an opportunity. Shot towards the net, hits off the skate of Gaduri, and gloved up by Ellsworth. Where did you come from? Where did you go? Where did you come from? The Vortex have been phenomenal to start this first game, and it looks a lot better than it did the last time they played them yesterday. Deemer will come on to take that face-off with Brooks and Lev. Shot towards the net, pad saved by Ellsworth. Top of the blue line, throw it towards the net, another pad saved by Ellsworth. Trying to throw it out front, it's up in the air. Lev gets a piece on it, throws it to the middle for Deemer, and Deemer is coming down with Brooks. Shot towards the net, up into the Jewels. Opportunity for a rebound is still there. Deemer taking it near the hashes, trying to make a couple of nice moves, but he made one too many, and the Nobles take back possession, forcing the turnover. A 1-on-2 coming the other way, he loses the puck along the boards. Zagamba gets that puck back, gives it over to Deemer. Deemer finds it, skates with it for Lev. Lev trying to take it out wide right, trying to make a nice move, but it hits off the skate of a Nobles player. Given over along the wall, Brooks finds it, drops it down for Lev. Lev giving it up to center ice for Power. But Power doesn't get a stick on it. Lawler gives it over to Zagamba. Zagamba looking for a lane to skate. He'll get called for offside because the ref got in the way. With less than a minute remaining in this first period, the face-off will come just outside the Nobles zone. With Kochuk coming on to take the face-off and Kavanaugh, Lawler on the wing. Tied up. Won by the Vortex, but not picked up by anybody. Glover will be the one to pick it up down in their own zone. He'll give it cross ice to Lisi, who gets ready to turn on the Jets. You can hear him firing up. Here he goes. Taking up the right side, cuts it up the middle. Nice move made there. Throws it towards the net. Pad save. Rebound is there for Lawler, but he doesn't get a stick on it. Glover will be once again in the Vortex zone picking up the puck. Throw it over again for Lisi, who gets to go take two if he'd like to. Trying to make a nice move. He does lose the puck though. Coming towards the net. Shot. Pad save by Ellsworth. Pinned up against the boards. It's taken by Kochuk. Kochuk takes it up to the center. Shot, pad saved by the Nobles. Lawler finds it down low. Drops it down for Kochuk. Kochuk throwing it out front. Nobody there to pick it up. Glover finds it. Shot. Glove saved by the Nobles. With 0.7 remaining in the period. This face-off will likely just be a buzzer. That'll bring us to the end of this first period, where the Vortex look like a completely different team from yesterday when they played this team. They have the lead 2-1 with goals coming from Lisi and Michael Seifert. This Vortex team, a lot more aggressive against Belle River than they were yesterday, putting a lot more shots on net and creating a lot more opportunities, especially missing an important piece with Gavin Deemer being out. But it doesn't even look like he's missing with Michael Seifert out there in his jersey. Looks exactly the same. Coming up to the start of the second period, Kochuk will be on to start this period. Lisi and Glover back on the blue line. We'll change that actually. Kavanaugh will be on to start with Lev and Belargeron. Faceoff's tied up, taken by the Vortex in the Belle River territory, and Kavanaugh will fire it into the Noble zone. Taking their time with it, Lev bites. Nobles find a way out. They give it cross ice. Lisi racing over to get it. Has some pressure from the Nobles player. Loses the puck in his skates, or in his stick, sorry. Lev can't find it. The puck's bouncing around. Lisi gets rid of it. It's given up to Kavanaugh at center ice. Kavanaugh loses it, and Belle River fires it into Tecumseh zone. Glover picks it up, trying to make a stop. Gets picked off. Lisi picks it up, hits it off the boards. Got some room to skate. Belargeron will drop it off for Lisi. Lisi takes it out wide, still remaining possession of this puck. Makes a nice move, gets thrown against the wall. Nothing called. And Lisi's visibly upset about that one. Shot in front of the net. Nice blocker save by Ellsworth. Thrown out in front again, smacked away by Kavanaugh. Giving up the middle for Lev. Lev will skate it out right. Trying to make a couple of nice moves, but he loses the stick handling too fast. Belle River comes back the other way up along the left wall, trying to get a shot towards the net. They'll take it out front, wrap around. Doesn't go anywhere. Kochuk racing up to the wall. Doesn't pinch it. But Bierney finds it. Bierney will give it over to Kochuk. Kochuk's finding some open space, trying to get through a tight gap. Makes a nice stop. Still with possession of the puck. He'll give it up top for Mariani, but Belle River will take it back. Staying onside. Deemer makes a nice throw drag, trying to throw the puck towards the front of the net. But he's still got some open room. Trying to give it over to center ice for Bierney, but it comes out. Deemer there to take it back. Deemer with his own zone, finds it for Kochuk. Kochuk makes a nice move, but he'll take his time down in his own zone, looking for some open space. He finds his lane, taking it up, cut the middle, shot, glove saved by the Nobles. Wow. What a great cut by Kochuk, finding that open lane in the middle. What a great flash of the leather from the Nobles goaltender. Gets them the whistle. Nothing, it was just a minute. We're second off. Face-off is tied up by Gaduri, but won by the Nobles. Fired over to the other side. Glover tries to meet that puck in his path, but Kavanaugh has to race over to it. He finds it, taking it through the hash marks. He'll look to turn it up himself. Loses that puck, gets tripped up in the process. Nothing called. Lawler trying to fire it over towards Kavanaugh, but he gets a pass right back to himself. Puck gets fired into the Nobles zone, playing it as a goaltender, taking it behind the net. They'll put it up to the middle of the ice. Coming back the other way on a 3-on-3. Lisi pushing him out wide, gets a nice poke. Gives it over to Kaduri. Puck is still out in front, an opportunity there, gets blocked by Glover. Still down below, Belle River remains possession of it, throws it out in front, scooped up by Ellsworth. Ellsworth's been doing a lot of scooping today. A lot of on-the-ground pucks. Kind of looks like a first baseman if you ask me. Face-off tied up by Kochuk, but it's taken out by the Vortex, given up to Lawler. Lawler gets it over towards Gaduri. Gaduri gives it over to the center for Kochuk, but he gets the pass broken up. And he gets fired out the other way. Given towards Lawler. Lawler trying to get a stick on it. Goes nowhere, and Lawler will be the first one on the puck. Down in the corner. The Nobles circle with it. And someone will get called for something. I think it will be the Vortex. Liam Lawler will head to the box on a 2-minute body checking penalty. And that'll put the Vortex on a 2-minute penalty kill, with the Nobles getting a chance to get this game back to even. Not something that they want going into this second period, but still lots of game left to be played. Face-off is tied up by Deemer, but eventually given back to the blue line for the Nobles. They take their time up at the blue line, down over towards the top of the circle, back up top towards the logos, shot towards the front of the net, goes way wide. Kavanaugh looks to get that clear, firing it down the other way, hits off a skate, trying to throw it out front for somebody. Nobody there to pick it up, and Mariani gets the clear going down the other way. Deemer will be the lone Vortex down in the zone, covering his ground. And he'll back up. Kavanaugh comes in to take that off. Belle River coming back the other way, 4-on-3. Taking it out wide. Circling with it down below the net. Looking around, they give it up to the blue line, back down towards the logos on the boards. Given down to the corner below the goal line. Zagamba gets a pinch up along the wall. 3 Nobles fighting for that puck. But they get it back out. Thrown back up towards the top of the blue line. Taking it out towards the middle, giving back down to the right side. Shot towards the net is blocked by Zagamba. Nobles take it back, cutting it up to the middle, give it over to the left side. Wide open lane for a shot, right over to the right side. Shot doesn't hit the net. Still tied up down low. Mariani finds it, trying to get it down the ice, but it's tied up against the boards again. Belle River putting up a good fight with 30 seconds remaining in this penalty, and Deemer gets the clear. Belle River Nobles goalie comes out to play the puck. He'll get it up towards the hashes. Face-off dot. Skating it up the middle of the ice, they'll take it out left. Trying to find an open space for a shot. Taking it for the wraparound. Lisi meets it in a distract. Shot opportunity, pad saved by Ellsworth. Lisi finds that puck, gets some room to skate, and he's got Kochuk with him. Kochuk takes it out middle. Shot, glove saved by the Nobles. And the Nobles will ice it down. But that will bring us to the end of that Lawler penalty. And back to even strength with both Lisi and Kochuk on the ice. We'll get a face-off down in the Noble zone. I gotta throw back on my do not disturb. JJ. I'll answer you. Face off to the right side of the Nobles net, won by Kavanaugh. Deemer with a shot off the draw. What a save by the Nobles. But Kavanaugh will head to the box and a cross-checking penalty. Kavanaugh very upset. So the Vortex will head back onto the penalty kill. 2 minutes, but Lisi and Kochuk remained on the ice with Glover and Deemer. Deemer coming in to take the face-off. And it looked like Kavanaugh might be getting a 4. Yep, Kavanaugh will be getting a major. No clue. They called him for cross-checking. Face-off's tied up, won by Belle River. Kochuk covering his ground up top. They keep it down below at the blue line. He'll drop it off. Attempted fail. Over to the right side. Taking it with it. Trying to throw it towards the net. Giving back up to the blue line. Shot attempt nowhere. Giving back to the left side. Shot towards the net. Rebound. Saved by Ellsworth. Wow. Good save by Ellsworth. Kochuk gets a pick on it, and he has a lane to skate all by himself. Coming in. Shot scores! Ryan Kochuk finds the back of the head on the penalty kill. And the Vortex extend their lead to 2. Four-minute penalty to Kavanaugh. No problem for this Vortex as they come on, kill off 30 seconds of that penalty, and immediately go down for a goal themselves. Tied up by Kochuk, but it's taken out by Belle River. Circling with it in their own zone, they'll take it up towards center ice, past the red line, coming down the blue line now, up along the wall. Glover gets a good poke on it, breaking it up, forcing the turnover. Given over to Deemer. Deemer trying to get that puck down the ice. It's knocked down by Belle River. Belle River throws it over to the right side. Lisi trying to get a stick on it. It's down low. Throws the ice, or puck's down the ice. Kochuk will come off for a change. Good clear by Deemer. And Lawler will come on with Kaduri. Puck given over to the left side, skating it up the wall. Throwing it up top to the Lakeshore Lightning logo. Back over to the right side, Lane for a shot. Throws towards the net. Glove saved by Ellsworth. Knocked down to the corner. And they get the rebound sent down the other way for a clear. They'll take their time behind their own net with a 2 minute, 30 seconds remaining on this penalty for Kavanaugh. The Belle River picks that puck up, skating it up the left side. Trying to cut it up the middle, but it's broken right up by Mariani. Mariani gets his stick lifted, loses the puck, but Belle River still putting in an effort to get that puck back. They find it, drop it back below. Bierney covering his ground, circling around the dot. Shot towards the front of the net, trying to put it back out front. Shot, pad save, rebound, they score. And Belle River gets back within one on a great rebound chance for the Nobles. But Kavanaugh will remain in the box. And the Vortex remains short-shifted. Or not short-shifted, sorry, short-handed. So Kavanaugh will not come out of the box. Kochuk coming up to take the face-off. It's tied up, but it's taken by Belle River. Given to the right side. They'll knock it up to the front of the blue line. Lisi trying to get a stick on it. They take it out to the middle of the ice, taking a couple of detours. Lev gets a pick on it, but they throw it down the zone. Trying to fire it down, but it's a good pinch. Throwing the puck towards the net, way up into the netting. And that'll get us a whistle. And then a 9.
Stanchill thing was all over the news.
Really? Face off tied up by Kochuk. Lisi finds it, but he loses it instantly. Still fighting for it. Throwing it up to the top of the boards. Kochuk trying to get a stick on it. Lisi trying to get a fight on it too. Belle River throws it up to the front of the net. One-timer shot covered by Ellsworth. No, he's going into AV. Like he wants to fix planes, I think. I'll talk to him about it. Face off tied up. Kochuk trying to make an effort to get over towards it. Belle River looking for a lane to shoot. Good ground covered by Lev. Lev still covering great ground. Puck gets thrown down below the net. Glover sustaining good defensive pressure. Looking for somewhere to throw the puck. They'll drop it back behind them. Good pass there. Lisi trying to get a stick on it. Losing it in the process. Lisi rubs up against the boards. Nice move made by Belle River, trying to throw it towards the front of the net. Lisi finds it, loses the stick. Belle River another opportunity, throwing it towards the front of the net. Shot saved by Ellsworth. Still with an opportunity, throwing it towards the front of the net. Rebound was there, but it gets kicked away. Glover gets it up to Kochuk. Kochuk skating it down with Lev. Lisi coming in as well. Kochuk towards the front of the net. Glove saved by the Nobles.
After one of them, so he won this building.
I think
So maybe that's the video. Or maybe we talked about it.
Face-off is tied up, taken by the Vortex. Deemer gets a hold on it. Kaduri trying to get a stick over towards it, but Belle River picks it back up, makes a nice move. They'll come into the Vortex zone. Trying to throw that puck out front. Pinned up against the wall. Deemer finds it, but it gets pinned back over against the wall. Bierney giving some help down there too. Deemer trying to pinch it and kill some time off of this penalty. 16 seconds remains in this Kavanaugh penalty. Given up top to the blue line, they'll walk it in. Shot blocked by Deemer's stick. Trying to get it a clear. Kaduri trying to get a stick on it to clear it. Deemer will finish that clear. 3 seconds remaining in this penalty. And that'll bring us back to even strength. Ref gets in the way of Kavanaugh. Pad saved by Ellsworth, but the whistle gets blown. Face off down to the right side of Ellsworth net, taken by Gaduri. Tied up 1 by the Nobles, thrown towards the net, but it hits off the body of Green down into the corner. A nice move, trying to get the puck out in front for somebody. Puck flies over towards the net. Pad saved by Ellsworth. Rebound is there. Nobody gets a stick on it. And Bierney throws it along the wall, and it'll come out. The Nobles come down the other end of the ice. Lisi finds that puck, and Lisi's got some room to skate. He makes a nice move. He's skating in one-on-one, but he loses it on the one-on-one. Good effort from Lisi. Kochuk covering for him back on defense. Glover picks it up, trying to throw it cross ice for Brooks, but the Nobles are there to meet it in his path. Giving the puck up the boards. Kochuk picks it up with his hands, makes a nice move, coming back in, recovers it, throws it towards the net, goes wide. Rebound from Kavanaugh, gets a stick on it. Nobles take back possession along the wall. Brooks gets a smack on it. Glover will pick it up. Make a nice move by Glover. Glover gets that puck over to the other side. Trying to get it to Kavanaugh, I assume. And Belle River will get called for being offside. 4 minutes, 8 seconds remaining in this second period. The score remains 3-2. 75. 7:30. Score remains 2-3, with goals coming from Lisi, Kochuk, and Michael Seifert. Giving up the boards for Lev. Lev trying to get a touch pass over to Cavi. Picked up by Deemer. Vortex are offside, but they do get the clear. Kavanaugh trying to get a poke on it. The Nobles come back in the other way. Lisi getting a stick on it, trying to smack it away. Almost ticked up, back up by Deemer, but it's thrown into the corner for Glover. Glover gives it over to the boards for Deemer. Deemer will drop it off for Lisi. Lisi will look to take it off. Cutting out the right side. Gets a stick knocked out of it. Still circling with it. He'll take a lap. Throwing it down low for Lev. Lev loses it on his backhand, and Belle River will take back possession of it. Throwing it up along the boards. Bierney will find it. He'll have a little bit of room to skate around. Cuts it up the middle. He'll look to skate with it, but he gets his stick caught. Belle River player looked to be upset about the fact that he couldn't hold on to his stick. Thrown up against the glass. Puck goes down to this Vortex zone. Thrown out in front of the net. Mariani will be there to pick it up. Thrown out in front of the net again. Close opportunities there for the Nobles. Mariani finds it along the wall. Lev throws it out for Kavanaugh. Kavanaugh gets a stick on it. It rolls towards the net, and it won't hit it. Kavanaugh trying to fish it out behind him. Thrown along the boards. Mariani picks it up. Mariani taking his time. He's at the top of the circle, and it over to the other side for Lisi. Lisi gives it up the middle for Little Seif. Kochuk trying to get a stick on it. Seifert trying to fire it back in. DDD pass in the Noble zone. Given up to the right wall. Thrown in by the backhand. Mariani throwing over to the corner. He gets that puck, throws it over for Seifert along the wall. Seifert gets it over to Gaduri. Gaduri remains it in a stick after a bad pass. Fires it along the boards. Nobody on the other side to meet it in his path. And the Nobles have a chance to skate back the other way. Dumped into the corner. Ellsworth will come out to play it. He'll leave it back there for Lisi. Lisi will look to turn on the engine. Loses the puck in the process, but he'll pick it right back up. Throw it to the middle for Seifert. Seifert dumps it off for Kochuk. Kochuk skates it in, trying to make a move, but he gets it knocked out. Thrown up the ice. Stuck in the feet of Lisi. Lisi finds it, gives it over to Zagamba. Zagamba trying to get it over to Gaduri. Kochuk almost gets a piece of it. He finds it back. He'll throw it over to Zagamba. Zagamba over to Seifert. Seifert will just throw it in the middle of the ice and get it into the Nobles zone. Coming down to a minute remaining in this game. The Nobles will look to pull their goaltender. Gaduri unable to keep that puck in. In its last minute of play in the second, the Nobles pull their goaltender. Puck thrown towards the net. No good. Gaduri gets a piece on it. Thrown towards the right wall. Lisi racing over, gets a smack on it. and he'll get the clear, but it will be icing. So 39 seconds remains in this second period with the Vortex maintaining that 3-2 lead, but it is a 6-on-5 with an empty net over on the Belle River side. Hopefully it doesn't, but if it does, then we'll turn it off. Face-off will be taken by Kochuk, and a timeout is called. Yeah. Well, no, like 5:40. Started late. Alrighty, after a 3 timeout, we are back at the face-off. Lisi takes the face-off. Giving up to center ice. A good poke by Deemer. Gets it thrown to the corner. Kavanaugh racing over, turning on the wheels. Down in the corner, Glover gets tied up along the wall. Puck is in a couple of feet. Finds it Kochuk, and Kochuk sends it down the ice, but that will be icing. So another whistle and another face-off down into the Vortex zone, with 21 seconds remaining on the clock. Lisi coming up to take the face-off, tied up, and it comes out in the Belle River favor. They lose the puck in their feet, but then it's instantly fired back in. 15 seconds remaining on the clock, thrown over to the right wall, given over to the middle of the ice. Back up to the blue line, opportunity for a shot, glove saved by Ellsworth. Thrown back down to the corner with 5 seconds remaining. Deemer gets the pin up along the wall. Lisi picks it up, and that is the game. The Vortex are headed to the finals for the Belle River Junior Tournament. Wow. You compare that game from yesterday to today's game, you wouldn't even know this is the same team. Going into yesterday with a 6-2 loss, coming back today with the 3-2 win, and they make it to the finals. I'll figure it out. What an effort this Vortex team put up during this game. Looked completely different from yesterday. And the hard work pays off, as they will be playing in the finals game at 7:30 tonight on the Rock. Opponent is still to be determined, but the Vortex are still going to be playing for a title tonight at 7:30, which will be broadcasted here live. It will be posted on the Instagram to make sure people are aware of it. But that'll bring us to the end of this semifinals game. The score ends 3-2 with goals coming from Lisi, Kochuk, and AP Michael Seifert. Even missing a key player within Gavin Deemer, they still make an effort, coming out flying. Yeah, I'll take it. But what a game from the Vista Vortex. Once again, we will be back at 7:30 for this finals matchup with a to-be-determined opponent that will be posted on the Instagram, so stay tuned there. But it is for sure a 7:30 clock game. Thank you for watching this live stream, and we will see you at 7.